the top 5 and to remain in Group 2 on Wednesday. So the story of Stuart Bingham's day, he's not played too badly, you know. He made breaks of 118 and 88 in taking a 2-1 lead over Matt Selt, but Selt got the verdict with a 107 in the decider. That was this afternoon. And then this evening against Jordan Brown, as I say, the snooker gods weren't particularly kind to Bingham, and he succumbed 3-1. So I think he's more than capable, Dom, of turning this around.
Oh, absolutely. Vastly experienced player. Stuart Bingham, former world champion. Ali Carter himself, a thrice world finalist. Well, he spotted a plant there, Ali Carter, and just look where the cue balls finished. Isn't that atypical of what's been happening to him today? Suffered a lot of misfortune in terms of the run of the ball.
Yellow ball.
Just made for a very frustrating day for Ali Carter all round.
As we suspected when we were briefly over there, Jordan Brown has taken a 2-1 lead over Jimmy Robertson. All very easy for myself and Dominic to sit here and say that Carter's got to try and shake off the disappointments of the day. Of course he has, but that's so much easier said than done. In this format, we've seen it time and time again. Winning's a habit, but so too is losing.
Yes, it can play havoc with your focus and concentration. Successive defeats. Oh, and that's a miscue from Ali. What's gone wrong there, I wonder? Just poorly struck, or not enough chalk on the tip, bit of moisture in the air, who knows. Quite often though it can leave a bit of a clod of chalk on the cue ball when you miscue like that. Oh, Stuart, I'll be having that cue ball cleaned.
I think it's one of those days for Carter, Dom, I don't know whether you agree, where anything that could go wrong is going wrong.
Oh, there you go. All of a sudden, Ali Carter will be absolutely thrilled that he miscued previously, because he's now back at the table with a golden opportunity. That's just how snooker works out sometimes. You can play a poor shot and it proves to be beneficial.
Well. Yeah, sure.
There's one indisputable fact about these two.
7.
They know each other's games. In tournaments outside of the Championship League, in pro tournaments that is, they've met on 19 occasions. Bingham with a slender advantage head-to-head wise at 10-9. As for the Championship League itself, well, this is their 11th meeting. Bingham has won 7 of the previous 10. Carter just a couple, and we've had one draw. That was back in 2008 at Crondon Park Golf Club in Essex, the first ever Championship League. These two played each other in groups 3 and 4.
8. 14.
When Stuart Bingham was defending, and very proudly defending, the world title in 2016, having triumphed at the Crucible 12 months earlier, he came up against Carter in the first round. The defence stopped there. Carter beat him 10-9.
21.
That's one of their most high-profile matches. The most high-profile was the 2020 Masters, just pre-pandemic. Massive
22.
crowd at Ali Pali saw Bingham defeat Carter 10-8, making a century to clinch.
$29. 30.
There's two Essex boys playing each other here. I'm sure there's a bit of a friendly rivalry. They'll have played each other down the years at amateur level as well, I'm sure.
$37. 38.
That's more like it from Carter, who is 4 years Bingham's junior. He's 43, Bingham is 47, but their professional experience is almost identical. Bingham turned pro in 95, Carter followed the following year.
$41. 42. 49. 49.
Just when he looked to be motoring along nicely, Ali Carter, he just misses that red to the centre pocket. Healthy advantage though in this first frame of 50 points, particularly given the position of the reds, 3 along this top cushion. Red that's just to the right of the green near that bolt side cushion, and that red that's closest to the right centre won't roll in either, so this will not be an easy break at all for Stuart to make.
Just short.
By his standards, the season has been really low-key. Stuart Bingham needs some good results. And I've always found with him that he's reliant, perhaps even more so than most, on a flow, on a inner confidence. If he gets that, he's right up there with the very best. World number 14, but he's long held elite top 16 status is increasingly under threat.
9.
That was an excellent pot from Stuart. Controlled the cue ball nicely. But where does the next red come from? There's nothing straightforward. Tried to bring an awkward red into play and has done so. I think he'll probably take that. This red is missable, but it's certainly favourable angle for Stuart. It's about half ball into this left corner. Can hold for the black. Oh, but a long way off.
Stuart Bingham 30.
Cutting back into that kind of semi-blind pocket, Dom, you see that shot missed a lot, but more often than not, when players hit them thick. That was unusual.
One.
Ali will already know that if he can pop this red to the right corner, followed by the black, it would put him 52 points ahead, with only 51
7.
remaining.
Eight. $15.
Worked to the scoreboard there, didn't do anything outlandish.
Ali Carter 15.
$52 adrift, Stuart Bingham, 51 on. Most certainly doing the right thing to carry on.
One.
Well, that should be that now. Given his defeat in his previous match, it was,
And the
you
first
thought,
round.
absolutely essential
Ali Carter.
that Ali Carter made a good start to this match. It wasn't spectacular, but he won the frame, and that was the main objective. Carter leads Bingham 1-0. Welcome back, everyone, to the Morningside Arena here in Leicester. This is the brand new building, the addition to what's already
The second frame.
regarded
Ali Carter
as a terrific venue. Even better now. This is the closing match of the day on table 1. But the penultimate match of the day on table 2 is still in progress. Jordan Brown had a gilt-edged chance to defeat Jimmy Robertson 3-1, but he missed quite a straightforward blue, and Robertson pounced to force a decider, which is just about to break off.
Stuart intended to clip the red very finely on the way down, but missed it entirely, caught it on the way back, and that's the reason he's gifted this opportunity here to Ali Carter.
1.
He's looking a lot more like his old self. But I think his focus and concentration and his overall self-belief is just a little fragile. That Ali Carter volatility is just simmering, awaiting the next mistake.
6. Ali Carter 6.
Yeah, he's been a surprise to me today, Carter, because at the English Open last week in Brentwood, I thought there were really good signs for him.
Well,
In the last 32, Carter beat Jack Lazowski 4-2. Then he beat John Higgins 4-2. Before losing out to Mark Selby 5-3
Stuart Bingham
in the
won.
quarterfinals. He's not sparked today, but right now he's not facing very stern opposition. Bingham seems deflated as well. Another indication at the English Open that Carter was playing nicely. He made breaks of 142 and 136. So I thought he'd come here all guns blazing. Not the case, although there is time to turn things around. It is absolutely a must, though, to win this match. He plays back-to-back on table 1 tomorrow in matches 2 and 3 against Brown and Robertson.
Cheers, Alec. Thanks.
Attacking safety shot there attempted by Ali Carter. Didn't play it particularly well, but because that cue ball has lodged up against the yellow there, it causes a lot of difficulty here for Stuart Bingham. Can't see anything down this right-hand half of the table. Somehow got to find a way of getting this safe.
Avoided all traffic, but he has left a red. Is it worth taking on, though? No point taking a risk if there's no discernible reward. I think here simply has to take it on.
Yes, the safety shot was very difficult there. We would have had to have hidden that red that was possible.
Well,
Well, this is a great chance now for Stuart Bingham.
six.
Considering that the black is out of play at the moment, I wonder if Stuart will even angle on the blue here, just to play a
Seven.
delicate cannon into the pink and two reds, just to free up the pink. Always best to do that while there are lots of reds in open play. He's guaranteed to be on a red no matter what happens. So there is that cannon. Well, as I say, he's guaranteed to be on a red, and he is, but it's about as awkward as it could have been.
12.
Yeah, horrible this, directly over the pink. It's the kind of
Stuart Bingham,
shot
12.
you don't mind when everything's going well. When things are going badly and you can just smell negativity. That kind of shot. Well, it's a knee knocker.
Yes, unlucky 13 for Stuart there.
Well,
Didn't play the cannon particularly well though. He didn't really free up the pink either.
four. Five. Eight. Nine. Thank you.
Not entirely sure how he intended to bring the black into play. He's wrong side of the blue, but all in all, he'd be very satisfied with that result. Makes break building a lot easier. Shouldn't have a problem getting onto a red from the blue. Oh, surely this is perfect.
14. $50.
Has an angle on the black to play for the red just to the left of the black spot, because once the black is back onto its spot and he can free it entirely, this is much better from Ali Carter. Chance here to take a 2-0 lead.
22. $23.
Jordan Brown is just about to wrap up victory, it would seem, over Jimmy Robertson. Not quite there yet. 5 reds on the table. He's 61 ahead. So the pink and one more red will do it. His day began with a 3-2 defeat at the hands of Ryan Day. But
30.
then Brown bounced back, beating Stuart Bingham 3-1. And for all intents and purposes,
31.
it looks like being 2 out of 3 for the Northern Irishman.
$34.
Been out of position the last few shots, Ali Carter, but now he's back in prime position.
$35.
Rate continues. 28 points the lead. The lead one of the awkward reds. I'm sure that awkward red will be the one that's on this top cushion. That's the easiest of the remaining three after this red disappears.
42.
Can tell you officially, Jordan Brown has defeated Jimmy Robertson 3-2. So one more match to go on table 2 this
43.
evening. You can watch that over on the Matchroom.live streaming service. Coming your way in around 5 minutes' time, it's Lazowski against Selt.
$50. $51.
I was chatting to a few of the players up in the players' room before this match, and they were saying that yes, it's day one, no doubt, and that's why I think these top corner pockets are playing a little easier than they would normally
58.
expect.
$59.
Nothing's come easy for Bingham though, Dom.
No, not at all. Having a bit of a tough time of it, Stuart Bingham. Just hasn't been his day today. Chance of a century still on for Ali Carter, but I don't think the red will pass the yellow, so he'll have to come up with something special.
$66.
Keep going. Oh, it's no good. So the century can't be made, but still a good pot from Ali Carter. It will still give him confidence.
$70. Ali Carter 70. On the frame.
Ali Carter has been playing Championship League snooker for 14 years. He's been an ever-present in this tournament. He knows what's required, and he knows not to wave the white flag. He's not doing that here. He leads Stuart Bingham 2-0. You know, over the years, I'm sure Dominic Dale would agree with me, we've seen certain players who make bad starts to groups, but simply refuse to accept their fate. Now, time and again, Ali Carter has fallen into that category. Sometimes it seems it's almost inevitable he's going to be eliminated from the tournament, and yet he finds the answer. Is this the start of the answer in Group 1? Or will Bingham make a much-needed recovery?
Well, you never know what can happen in the groups, do you, really? If results go your way, even though you don't think there's a chance of progressing to the semi-final playoffs, there's always a chance you could sneak in that 5th position and return for the group the following day in this case.
One.
Now that's more like it. Good pot, not a bad kiss, but look at the cue ball. The game refusing to make anything straightforward for the world champion 7 years removed.
Yes, in some ways this black's more difficult than the red. I'm not entirely sure, given the pace that Stuart played that red at, that he intended that cannon. But he's on the black, but difficult cueing. Oh, did very well. Now the red that's near the right corner won't be available once the black's been respotted, but he does have another red or two above the black that will pot into the same
8.
pocket. Just needs one good positional shot here, Stuart.
9.
Bingham was involved in the final group of the Ranking Event Championship League
11.
that kicked off the season. So he did well there.
Twelve.
He won a couple of matches in the European Masters, only to lose 5-4 to Ali Carter
19.
in the last 32 in Germany.
20.
No good in the British Open, although he ran into an inspired figure in Zhao Xintong, who opened the match with 3 consecutive centuries and won 4-1. Ran into another inspired player in Tepchoi Unu
27.
in the English Open. Lost out to Joe
Stuart
Perry in the
27.
UK Championship, and the theme continues. Basically, he's just not having a good time of it.
One.
I wonder if some of Stuart's issues are technical as well as anything else, as much as anything else, because he does have this habit of striking downwards on the cue ball. I think we saw Judd Trump have a few technical issues during last season's World Championships.
6.
In fact, Stuart Bingham was all over Judd Trump at one stage, but missed a simple black to the corner pocket
7.
off its own spot, Stuart, and never won a frame afterwards. That seemed to inspire Judd, who ended up getting all the way to the final before losing out to O'Sullivan.
Just got the feeling with Bingham that the Christmas break might do him
11.
the world of good. A clean mental slate,
12.
and he's got lots to look forward to in the new year. He is in the Masters, of course. As a member of the top 16, he plays Kyron Wilson in the opening round. Has done enough to make it into the World Grand Prix at Cheltenham in mid-January. Takes on Dingjan
Nice.
Wei in the first round there of that 32-man event. And he's also playing in the shootout at the end of January here at this very venue. He's
20.
drawn 12 times Women's World Champion Rhiannon Evans in the opening round. So enjoy Christmas, put the cue away for a while, regroup and come again.
$27.
Because sometimes, Dominic, as you well know, you can be hitting your
28.
head against a brick wall, metaphorically. Nothing you do seems to turn around a particular pattern.
$35.
Well, it's certainly difficult to see a mistake coming from Ali Carter here. 9 points to the good. Red set out in the open. Chance to win frame and match here. I have to say, although I thought Ali was more than capable of winning this match, having lost his first three, didn't expect him to win it 3-0. Got a chance to do just that.
Cheers, Ali. Thank you. 44.
We've had pretty much everything on table one today, apart from a 3-0 scoreline. In fact, there's only been one 3-0 over on table two, and on that occasion, Carter was on the receiving end against Matt Selt. Oh, but he just tried
Ali
to
Carter, 51.
cheat the pocket slightly there. And a red that should have gone hasn't gone. A glimmer of light for Bingham.
I don't think Ali was convinced that that red was clearly potable, except off that top jaw. Well, wouldn't it be typical of Stuart? Mounted a clearance here, but, well, not to be on this occasion at least. 24 points ahead, Ali Carter, as he comes back to the table. Does have a red he could take on into the green pocket. Could play it with a modicum of safety in mind.
One.
Terrific.
Well, this is the Ali Carter we're used to seeing, but it certainly hasn't been his day. Easily the best performance of the day from his point of view. He's been out of sorts, banging his cue. A few
Four.
vituperative grumblings as he walks back to the chair, having made a mistake.
5.
Yeah, started early on. Might well have made it 2-all against Jack Lazowski, but Lazowski won the fourth frame on the black to win 3-1, and thereafter it was downhill for Carter until this.
12.
Nicely developed, the red next to the pink. And this is frame and match ball. Somehow, given the way the day's gone, you knew it wasn't going to be simple.
No, whenever you're faced with a pressure ball, unless it's nigh on straight, they're very, very missable, and there's a lot of angle on that red, but that hasn't worked out for Stuart, not at all. Now he's 35 points behind, he can only tie at the moment, so what does he do here? Decided to snooker Ali Carter in behind the black. Well, Ali just needs to hit this red. I don't think he needs to worry about trying to get it safe. That will just happen or not happen as the case may be. I think he may come off 2 or 3 cushions here. Oh, well, thinks he can come off this left-hand side cushion. Got to avoid the cannon on the blue.
Foul. Miss. Stuart Bingham.
Well, honestly, I wasn't convinced that shot was ever there.
Yeah. Got it back. Yeah.
Stuart Bingham saying, have you called a miss? Rob Spencer saying, yes, I have. Do you want it back?
Yeah, they changed it.
The reason being,
in that last revision,
there was 35 points in it with 35 on.
Changed it back.
And a while ago, that would not have been a miss. Now, though, the rule's been changed, as Rob Spencer is explaining. And I think they were quite right to change the rule back as well, don't you?
Well, I do, because it can be advantageous to a player to not escape from a snooker and allow an opponent to tie, because, for instance, if that black had been tight on the side cushion somewhere, then had Stuart Bingham only been able to tie, would have been advantageous to Ali Carter, because the chances of Stuart being able to pop the black from the remaining red and tie the frame would be very slim, of course.
Yeah, Stuart. Foul. Miss.
Now, that was very close.
Yeah.
So really useful points for Bingham, who's only 22 behind now.
Ali, okay, Stuart.
Can't tell you, Jack Lazowski has swiftly won the first frame against Matt Selt as Carter again misses the red, and this time, calamitously, potentially, leaves a free ball.
Back.
Oh, Stuart, rather surprisingly there, was given a free ball. The straightest brown to the black pocket was certainly on. Was decided to compound Ali Carter's misery still further.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
And once again is having to escape from this difficult snooker. Oh, he's hit it this time and he's got it safe, so I just wonder now if Stuart wishes he had taken that free ball. Can't be a gap between blue and pink, can there, to the red? Well, if there is, maybe the red will pot. Incredible, there was a gap and it would have potted. And if this is a snooker alley, he'd be quite happy with it. But there could be a gap again here between brown and blue.
I must say, Dom, I'm with you. I was very surprised when he refused the free ball, Bingham. He doesn't want that one back, though.
Foul. And a miss. Stuart Bingham 4.
Well, surely he'll take this on. Rueful grin. Ali Carter there. He's missed the red, or has he? Well, it's safe. But he has put the black safe. Stuart Bingham has 14 points in it, so there's a chance that neither player will need that black at this stage.
Cheers, Ali. Thanks.
Ever since that snooker, Carter has just seemed a little irascible, a little unsettled. Okay, no damage done there. Okay, Dom, what did he try?
Well, he played the shot, well, not as intended clearly, but he tried to just clip that red much finer than he did. That would have sent the cue ball further around the table, and the red probably closer to this bolt cushion. It would have been safe, but Stuart was looking for about an 8th ball contact and hit it, well, probably half ball.
One.
And that could be the end of this match very shortly. Ali Carter 15 points ahead. Just this blue, yellow and green required, but didn't want to be dead straight on this blue.
Six. Eight.
It wasn't frame and match ball, that, mathematically. But effectively it was, and he struck it sweetly.
11. Frame the match.
Stuart Bingham
Ali Carter.
has had enough and he's seen enough.
Cheers, Stuart. Thank
Ali
you.
Carter
Thanks, Ali.
with a much needed ray of light. It's been a really disappointing day for him, but at least it finishes on a high. Not so for Stuart Bingham, who is still without a win. Ali Carter wins by 3 frames to 0.